You are live here with D Shields, and I'm so excited that you guys have come back for yet another exclusive. With this time, this guest needs no introduction. You guys know her from the Epiphany Suite, and she is in Atlanta, and you guys are in Atlanta, so you all probably already know her, but we're going to get to know the other side of her. I'm excited that she's sitting in the hot seat today. I have some things that I am going to ask her. And I want you guys to also send some questions in as well. So we are going to be bringing, give me about 1 second, and we are going to bring Miss Shala on. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Miss Shala, let me make sure that I share this so that they can see this. Um, Someone said it's still showing private. 1 second, and I love my bloopers. Thank you everybody for following me. I appreciate you. You can follow me also on Instagram. I am D Shields. Our guest is going to share, like the other guests, how to follow them on social media at the end of the interview. So make sure that you stay tuned. And I'm getting you guys out of private mode. So you guys know what's happening in the background. Tell your friend to tell another friend to tune in right here to IMD Shields. It's the last of 2020, and I left the best for last because that's the way it's supposed to go. So we are going to give you the best of Miss Shala. Alrighty, so tell me now, are you guys all able to see it? And if so, if not, how about that? If not, then we're going to go ahead and try that again to make sure that it's public. All my exes live in Texas, but my exes are not the problem. So I have to keep my page private because some of us in this relationship. Okay. All right. So in 3, 2, 1, let's bring our guest on.
Hi.
Hey, Miss Shala.
Hi.
Hey, thank you for coming by. And can you hear me well?
I can, and thank you for having me.
You're welcome. And if I am loud, you guys, somebody told me that on the last one. Like, why are you so loud? I'm sorry.
Sometimes you just get excited.
That's it. I get so
Sometimes
excited when you go into the studio. This is a passion. You know it better than I know it. This is the passion. So I want you to introduce yourself to the guests and tell us where you're from and tell us a little bit about your background before adulthood.
Okay. So I am Miss Shala. Everybody calls me Miss Shala. I am the host of the Epiphany Suite radio show, which comes on every Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on IBNX Radio Network. I also created Wine Love Glam, which is a relationship panel event that is basically I get the ladies together, give them some wine, let them talk to the fellas because people tend to hear better with the wine.
That's it.
It tends to be a little bit better. I'm
exactly.
I'm an aunt. And I am a friend. I try my best to live right. I'm originally from Huntsville, Alabama, but I have been in Atlanta now, 20 some years now.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So
you're originally from the South.
I'm a Southern Belle.
You are a Southern Belle, 100%. Loves it.
Yes.
Loves it. We like to think we are down there. I'm from Texas, in Colorado now, but we think we're Southern Belles, and then we meet you guys and, the Southern, and I'm like, oh, okay, we have a lot to learn.
It's the Southern drawl. That's what it is. But no, yes.
That's what it is. We do not have it. That's right. Exactly that. All right, I'm going to start you out with the hot seat question of the day.
All right, let me adjust and let's go.
So I want you to describe yourself in a hashtag.
Oh, that's very easy. Only one Shala. That's it. Only the number one Shala, because there is only one of me.
And unapologetically.
Unapologetically. Absolutely.
Exactly.
Growing, becoming better, but there's only one of me.
Okay, hashtag only one Shala. You guys better follow that one. And what's one thing that people do not know about you?
Oh, one thing people that don't know about me. I'm trying to think. One thing people don't know about me is that I'm very old-fashioned when it comes to relationships and stuff like that. I hate to say old-fashioned, more so I'm okay with the more traditional roles that fall in. I'm not tied to them, but a lot of people wouldn't think that of me. And I am, I like, I'm a little bit spoiled from my homies, from my friends.
Okay.
So yeah, that's one thing. And sometimes I just don't like talking.
Wow. And people don't get that about talk show hosts. Like, you guys talk all the time. Mm-mm.
Yeah,
Sometimes I don't want even a sound, not a needle to drop in the room.
no, no,
Yeah. Yeah.
no,
That part. I
no.
love that. I didn't know that about the old fashioned. So,
Yeah.
do they need to court you, chase you, the whole nine?
A little bit. Just a little bit. You just need to like me a little bit more than I like you. Just a little bit.
That's it.
Nothing outrageous or anything like that. Now I'm not. Hold before they start. No, I'm not outrageous with it. But yeah, just a little bit. But in the same token, yes, I enjoy the door being held open for me. Like these are requirements. This is not even up. That's not up for demand as far as being a
Right,
gentleman.
right, right.
Yeah,
So
but
you
yeah.
have your part of your list that you're not compromising.
Yes, there are
Yeah,
certain parts we just not. We
yeah,
refuse.
yeah.
Boundaries.
That's it. Set
Bound.
the
We're watching
boundaries, guys.
Ilanya Van Zandt boundaries.
Exactly, exactly. I love it. I knew I was gonna have a lot of fun with Miss Shala, you guys. So tell us, Miss Shala, what's your wake up ritual like?
My wake up ritual, first is always I wake up and thank God that I woke up. I wake up and thank God that I woke up. I then because I like money, then I will go and check my email and then I take a few minutes just to sit and just in quiet and just I try not to think about anything. Sometimes it's a little hard, but I try not to think about anything and just really, really let the ancestors, let the creator, just let them pour into my spirit. As long as my flesh is talking, my spirit can't hear.
That
So I take that. That's normally first thing
that
in the
part.
morning.
That
Yeah,
part.
yeah,
That's part. Okay, so you
yeah,
have to remove all ego and
yeah.
just sit, and it's coming. And it's been coming. We're gonna talk about that in a few. Miss Shala, her adventures have been coming to her, so now we see that you
Yes,
actually allow that time to come. You don't force it. Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
yes. I
I
actually
love
took
that.
like the last 2 weeks of the year just for that reason because I was so busy that it was
Right,
getting to the point I wasn't productive because I
right,
wasn't able to hear or anything like that. So last 2 weeks, I'll be honest, I haven't done anything,
right.
nothing at
There
all.
you
For
go.
that reason, for that reason.
Exactly. Getting yourself ready for
Yes,
2021.
yes, 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 yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna put you in another little bit of a we're all in your business because we're nosy like that. So
Okay.
describe your workout, your diet. You just told us a great meditation routine, but what are you focusing on right now, diet wise? Are you following any fads? Are you setting your own
No,
pace?
oh no.
Yeah.
Okay, so I discovered during quarantine that I'm actually a good baker. But here's the problem with that. If you bake a pound cake and you eat it, it will put pounds on you.
Hello. It's that's why they called it pound cake. Sis,
Yes.
why was today old when I realized today old?
And so,
Wow.
as far as I had lost about 2 years ago, I lost about 100 pounds.
Right.
And then slowly came back. Not all of it, but it came back. Then I had COVID back in July. That
Right.
caused me to lose about 15, 18. But then I
Right.
gained back 25. So you know what we're gonna do? We're just gonna get back into the swing of things. We're gonna detox the first year, which I do anyway, and
Right.
then we'll get it back under control.
That's it.
But as far as that is an area of, as we were saying, corporate America, that is an area of opportunity for me when it comes to working out.
And you will work that area very well. You know
Yes,
what? It takes a lot, and I think it propounds on all of us. I just don't know anyone that can't say it didn't affect their weight, either up or down. This pandemic has done it.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just that's that. So as far as the workout routine, I step one, I need to get back to working out. I
Okay.
own that. Yes, by myself.
Yeah. Walking. That's it. Like, I'm going to start walking. And then
Mm-hmm.
somewhere in my year of running, I joined hashtag year of running on Facebook.
Okay.
The group 6 years ago ran once.
See, I wish I could be a
I mean,
runner.
it was years
I'm
ago.
a runner. If nobody's chasing me, I'm not running. I want to be a runner because
That
I'm
part.
thinking, I'm
Yeah.
looking around like, okay, why? Okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
if I'm not a run, I admire runners. I have a respect for runners. So I'm
Yeah,
like,
me too.
I'm gonna go out here and walk. I'm gonna walk, but
Yeah.
just I wish I could. I need that
Yeah.
ministry. Any runners out there, please send some of that energy my way. I need it.
Hit it up. I think one of the girls said over there in the chat on Rolling Out, I think she said Girl Trek or something like that. So
Okay.
check out Rolling Out. One, I think it's Kathleen Collins, and she
Okay.
comes in on the mornings, and I
Hmm.
think it's a Girl Trek group that's like nationwide. Yeah,
Okay.
and
Yes, I
they
need
have
that.
their spiritual. They wake up, they do their prayer and everything, and then they all on their phones all over the globe go out together.
I'll
Yeah.
try. I'm gonna have to try that because, baby, like I
Yeah.
said, if nobody's chasing me, I'm gonna run. So, but
For what?
either way,
Exactly.
I can.
Exactly that part, because it's like, why I gotta run if there's no need to?
I'm
Okay,
like
now
the
I
office
want
of
you to
president.
tell us about your work in the media industry. Tremendous amount of work you have done.
Okay.
I don't know if you did all this in Atlanta or was it before. So tell us about this life.
Actually, it was all in Atlanta. I was working a corporate job for 9 years and got laid off from that job. And so I was friends with, well, my cousin. He was working with some guys that started a magazine. So
Mm.
I, through different events, I became editor of first time I became editor of a magazine. And then after the magazine, it didn't take off the way that the owners wanted it to, so they left and take a break. So I've always wanted to do radio. So I hit up IBNX Radio, which makes sure
Mm.
everybody you go and follow IBNX Radio. Is black owned, black female owned.
Ooh,
And
didn't know.
yes,
Oh,
yes,
I'm
black
on the wrong
female owned.
platform. I'm gonna
Yeah,
see y'all later.
yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
on the
Then I sent you.
I'm gonna let
And
them know. Miss Shala said this is the right one to be on.
Mr. Right one for you. Hmm.
Yeah.
So I always wanted to do radio, but I was under the impression that I would have to go and get this whole 3 and 4 and 5 years education. Hadn't really had no idea. And so I seen the ad for IBNX, like you on a show. I called her up. I was like, what do I have to do? Thinking that she's gonna tell me this big long drawn out process. And
Yeah.
she was like, well, what would she had me tell her what the show would be about, and I told her what it would be about. And then went from there and been doing radio. Since then, I've taken on. I was able to had the opportunity to become editor of another magazine,
Oh,
and
yes, yes.
yeah. And so
Okay.
throughout
Okay.
that time, I've had different, interviews that I've had a chance to do. I got a chance to start, like I said, Wine Love Glam. I've got a chance to host the Black Owned Spirits Expo and interview
Yeah.
different people. So it's been real good. When I finally just got out of my own way and just trusted when it happened when it was supposed to happen.
Exactly. And in this media life, you're humble. Like all of my guests are humble, and that's what I love about you. But you have one of the most talked about persons that you sat down with. The most talked about in 2020. You sat down with Portia Williams.
I
What
did.
was that like? What was that like?
You know what? Honestly, Portia is like your homegirl. She really is. Um, I interviewed her, and it was at the time when she had, I think she had foot surgery, something she had on a cast. And I went back, and which I just made it a habit. Anybody that I'm interviewing, I try to go and meet them beforehand before we get on stage. And so I went back there. I was like, "Do you want to, take questions from the crowd?" I could tell that she didn't, but she's like, yeah, we'll go ahead. But talking to her is just literally, she's one of the sweetest people that you ever want to meet. But she is just like one of the homegirls from around the way. And I learned
Yeah.
so much in that interview from her as far
Yeah.
as being in front of media. So it was, I had no complaints. I interview Portia anytime. Portia girl called me, let's talk again. Let's chat again.
Yeah, yeah. And then she has such a passion about herself. Put that energy out into the atmosphere, it's gonna spread. So I
Yes,
love that. Yeah, I
yes.
love that. And I love that you said you learned a lot from her, Miss Shala. Now, what would you say is well, let me not get out of line here. Do you have any upcoming collaborations that you care to share with us?
Oh, what do I have coming up? Yes. So of course we'll be doing the Epiphany Suite, which will be on like I said, Wednesdays 9 to 11. Shameless plug. Also,
Shameless, get them out. I want all those plugs. You know how I am. Yeah.
and then I'm also going to go into the podcasting with the Epiphany Suite where I can just really dive a little bit deeper because
Yes.
the radio show is a radio first. So we're
Right.
going to do the podcast with that.
Yeah.
Also, I am the host of Work Grind Hustle TV. And that is a project that I'm really excited about. Is
Okay.
literally where we just go and we talk to people who created their own lane and they keep striving for it. And it's really just them sharing their testimonies about how they, got to where they're at. And literally we talk to people who work, grind, and hustle. So
Exactly.
we'll be doing that. I'm an official host of that.
Okay.
Also, the
That's
Epiphany
it.
Wine and Spirit Festival will be coming up late
I
in.
need to be there.
Yes.
Let me. I have drank my water so that I can drink plenty
Mhm.
of wine. So.
Yes, and it's going to be. I'm super proud of that because we are highlighting different black-owned spirits, and which make sure if you all when you're out there look for the black-owned spirits. I promise you see them. You might not even know they are, but they are. If
Okay.
you need some suggestions, just hit me on the DM. Also,
Absolutely.
we started Boss Battles, and what that is another event that I'm super super proud of. It is a bartender challenge featuring all black-owned spirits. So it was completely black AF.
Loves it.
The
Loves
bartenders
it.
were black. The venue was black owned. The
Loves it.
spirits were black owned. Every vendor there was literally black owned, right down to the art on the walls. So I teamed up with
Yes.
Entertainment on doing that. And then lastly, Wine
Yeah.
Don't Blame Them. We are starting that back up. We had to stop because of the Rona,
Right. Right.
but hopefully in the first quarter, then we can go and start it back. We have to start it a little smaller, but
Right.
we're going to start that back up. So that's all that I have.
I love
These
that. I mean,
things I got going on.
that's all that I have. All of that is so huge. Something that you said is going to be so big, that bartender thing, and then someone that we can go to say, okay, I'm in Denver, Colorado. To find anything black owned is like being in a maze, a
Mhm.
4-hour maze. Okay,
Mhm.
so for someone to say, hey, this is the name of that spirit, and then I could look that spirit up
Mhm.
and they tell me what store carries it here, and yeah,
Yes,
yeah, that's
yes.
good. I love that.
I love working in that field. I love working with those brands.
Yeah,
And because that's $1 billion industry,
yes,
and we're some of the largest consumers.
right,
So and half of these companies, they're just now, let's just be honest, they're just now starting to value the black dollar over the past
exactly,
year. They're just
exactly,
now starting to. So you know what? It's too late, too little, too late. So if I can go
exactly.
over here, then that's what we're gonna do.
The black dollar is on its own. The black dollar has moved
Yes,
on like Black Wall Street
yes,
days.
it
Yes,
has to.
indeed.
It has to.
Speak,
It has
speak.
to. We earned it.
Exactly, exactly that. Okay, and I'm not rushing you, but I don't want to leave anything
No,
out.
you're fine. Let's go.
So, what would you say is the most important part of your work?
The most important part of my work, I would have to say, would be building the connection, and with the right people.
Right.
Um, yeah, a lot of times I know a lot of people like, oh, I don't want to connect this person, that person. I don't want to give you my contacts, this, that, and the other. And at the end of the day, I'm a firm believer when we network and we connect the right people, it's not about us. It's about the next generation.
There
It's
you
about my
go.
niece and my nephew. It's about your grandchildren. It's about
There you
because
go.
that's the future of our people.
That's it.
So my whole goal is to make it so that it's always somebody can say, well, oh, that's Shala's niece or that's Shala's nephew. I ain't saying give them everything, but I am saying do just like other races have done and say, well, hire him, help him, go there.
Yeah.
So that's the
Pave
big
the way.
piece. Yes, it's making sure that I can't break the generational curse in my family if I'm not willing to help break it in yours. So that is
Okay, we gotta pause, and she has to say that one more time. So for the people in the social distance back, say that one more time.
I can't break the generational curse in my family if I can't help break the generational curse in your family.
That's it.
That
It's
that
gonna
that's
be
how we
full
go.
circle.
It
That's
has
it.
to.
That's
It
it.
has to be full circle. It's
Man, the unity spirit is in the atmosphere. I'm telling
yes,
you, sis. That's it.
yes.
That's
It has
exactly
to be
it.
like that.
Okay, Jules, and don't cry because I barely learned how to do this look today. So don't cry.
Look,
Okay, so
my do whatever you want to do, and this is what it's gonna do, and I'm not wrestling with it. It is boom. Here we go.
yeah,
We in
yeah,
film.
that. Okay, so share your without giving things away, share your creative process with us. Do you use the vision boards? Are you using the vision books? You know, what do you call into the atmosphere? Like, I like what you said about what you do in the morning time, but is there more to it?
If you can see, you all can't see, like on the back of my door, I write it all out, as to what I want,
Okay.
and what I plan to do. I also have have a list of about 300 things, different goals that I want to do, and whether I get to them or not, what I feel as though I've now put it into. I'm trusting the Creator to order my steps, and trust the ancestor to give me the direction and the wisdom to go to do this and do that. Now, there's some things that just they're going to be what they're going to be, but I definitely write them out, and I make sure I stay connected to other dreamers and doers. I just don't connect with dreamers. They have to be dreamers and doers.
Doers,
Yes,
follow through.
yes,
People
because
that are
it's the
showing
dreamers
you
that
that it
dream
can
you.
be done.
Yes, and would
That,
speak life to you, and would speak
that.
life into you, because this is not easy going after different things that you want to do, and especially not being, because you can't go around cussing out everybody, and sometimes I want to do that, but
Until Joe
you can't
Biden
just do that.
changes that law, when he changes that law, I heard him drop some. I was like, he might let us start cussing people out, but until then, yeah.
No, he gonna let that work in though for the weed though. He gonna let the ganja in. He gonna let that work in. Uncle Joe
He
gonna let
just
the work
going
in.
to.
Yeah, he gonna let the work in,
Oh
and we'll
my
meet him
goodness.
halfway.
Oh my goodness.
So
I
yeah,
knew I was gonna crack up. I'm telling you, like
yeah.
some. I just had an incident. That's why. Yeah, but it's not. I'll tell you later. I'll
Okay.
call you.
Well,
Yes,
you
exactly
were there
that.
for one of mine. You were there for one of mine, and it took everything in me, not
Yeah,
to,
yeah, yeah,
um, yeah, so, but you also you get to a point where they're just not worth it, but you want to do it just because, and people be like,
yeah,
oh, it wasn't worth it. No, it was worth it because I wanted to do it.
yeah. Like sometimes you just. I had to, you know.
I need to.
So we got some comments for a moment coming
Okay.
from the Honey Reborn. So he says, she gets. He got me because I need my glasses. Hold on, you guys. So,
She
that
said
was
you get
funny.
spoiled that way.
So he
He
said,
said you get spoiled that
he
way. I
said
think that's
she
what he
gets
said.
spoiled. Okay,
Yeah.
yes, yes, definitely she's spoiled. He's so sweet. And then he said, strong connections are key. Yes, and loyalty. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
you're dropping gems
Yes,
indeed.
and
Yeah,
loyalty
yeah,
to the right things. Loyalty,
yeah,
loyalty to the right things, and
yeah,
understanding that loyalty does not come without boundaries. You can have both. You have to have both.
yeah,
And I am, like I said, that is not, that's one of my non-negotiables right there.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. You may not
Don't
take
cross
it.
those boundaries. And it's just all about respect for me. Like, I start out with respect, and I find myself, and I'm trying not to vent this thing out because this is your platform today. But, you know, with white people, they find they instantly disrespect you because of the color of your skin. And
Mm-hmm.
I don't disrespect people when I meet them. I don't care who you are. So that I
Exactly.
don't like that, you know, because
Yeah.
I give respect. So you, when you someone shows up with respect, you automatically give that back. Like, that's just common sense. So,
I
yeah,
give a disclosure. I will give a disclosure. Like, look here, listen. This is about to go a way you don't want it to go. Understand?
trying to let you know now
Yeah.
that this
No,
is not how
understand.
I want to do this.
Yeah, do
Exactly.
not put your book in my library if you don't want to get read. I come
This
with a
is why I like
disclosure.
following you. That
Yeah,
part, you
don't
understand?
do that, because once I do, you're going to be so mad at me. You don't know if you want to hit me, but then you don't know what's going to happen after that, or
That
walk
part.
away because you don't want to like a chump. But either
That
way,
part.
you're going to be at the bad end of everything. So I come
And
with
that's such a
disclosure.
fair warning. You
Yeah, I
know,
come with
that's
disclosure.
such
I come with disclosure. I really do.
a, I
A
love
friend of
it.
mine, he was like, you know what? You have to be very careful with your words, because when you don't read often, but when you do, it's
Yeah.
epic, and it
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
It
They
is.
remember. They remember.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
And I don't want, and sometimes I'll say things in such a way that people will go home and they'll be like, I had to call you. Because really, D? Oh, well, yeah. Yeah, really, D. I'm so sorry. But I know people carry those things. Okay, so then I want to talk about your business ventures outside the media industry. If you want
Okay.
to share anything that you do outside of media, out of, being a media personality? I know that probably is the majority of your life, but do you have anything you do outside you want to share?
I'm getting ready to go and get my real estate license.
What?
Yeah,
I
getting ready to
love
get
it.
my license. Also, I'm learning forex as well.
Okay.
It's a little challenging for me.
Yeah.
Learning that at this age, shout out to
Okay.
the '70s babies,
Right.
it's a little different. But I'm learning that as well, and it's been very rewarding. Actually part of a group that is very they are very engaging and
Okay.
learning. With learning, and I can honestly call and say, hey, that doesn't make any sense to me. Explain that to me.
That's
Um,
good.
and it's one of those, with forex, with the stock market period, we just
Okay.
were not told about it the right
We
way.
just didn't know.
So
We
yeah,
just didn't
so
know.
the
Yeah.
others have been maximizing it for how long? So
Right.
I want everything like that. So those are the biggest two things.
I like it. So now I'm gonna have a connect, move myself away from Fidelity. Bye, Fidelity.
Yeah,
Cause I got
that's
my own
definitely good.
girl now.
Yeah, that's what I would tell anybody. You have to I live by. I want every good thing this life has for me, and I ain't gonna stop working until I get it. I want
That's good.
every good thing God has for me, and I'm not gonna stop working until I get every last one of it.
I
All of it.
love that. All
All,
of it. And the
all.
thing about it, what God has for you, and I know you know, is for you. Can't
It is.
nobody snatch it from you. It is
Mhm.
always going to be yours. So people try to take it, people try to come distract you from it, people try to destroy it. You can't. Because he gave
No,
it to me.
no,
So yeah,
no, and you're not gonna do it like I do it. So even if you can take it, a lot of people when I love glam, they were worried about, hey, are you worried about this person taking it? Take it. It's not gonna do what
it's
I
not
do.
gonna work out the same.
Yeah, it's just not. And
That part.
you know, it, do it if that's what you feel as though you need to
That
do.
part. That part.
I
Yeah.
mean, I'm not gonna buy a ticket to it, but
Yeah.
have
And I
that.
tell people all the time, like I've been at this since 2010. It only moves how it's gonna move, how it's supposed to move, when it's gonna move. Like I don't want to say don't put no effort because sometimes people will sit on their butt, but you don't have to just stress yourself out and get sick and, just go crazy with this because when it's your calling, it's your calling.
Mhm.
It's gonna do what it's gonna do.
And run your race. I'll tell anybody,
Yeah.
run your race. And you don't, if we look at and we can, nature and the world is sometimes, if you want to answer, you'll find it. When you're looking at a horse race, they keep the blinders on. They're not worried about this. They're not worried about that. They're going
Yeah.
right here.
That's it.
Run your race. Somebody else's win, celebrate that win, and then
That.
keep up to work. If they
That.
lose,
That.
encourage them on that loss because you may
That's it.
need that one day. But run your race and keep going. Like I did get caught up in that one time. Like so and so's doing this and so and so's doing that. That's so and so's blessing. So if I get what they got, I'm interrupting what I'm supposed to have, and it's
That's
not.
it.
So I just want mine, and I'm
That's it.
okay with that.
And what sometimes I always tell myself, if I see somebody did it before and I was on that same path, right? Then I say, "What were you doing, Dee? What were you distracted about? What were you
Mhm.
not focusing on? How much energy did I'll just start giving myself that, all those there's something you probably could have did better. So here come the new
Mhm.
year. So let's see what.
Or it might
So
not
it's
be your
always a reason.
time. It may not be your time. It just,
That yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah,
There's certain things I have to realize if it happened then, I wouldn't have known what I know now, and I would be somewhere incarcerated because somebody would have ripped me off because I'm a whole different person when you mess with my money.
right, right,
So it wasn't supposed to happen then because there's certain knowledge that I had to have in order to handle it right, in order to be even emotionally mature. Like, I tell people all the time, I had no business being married at 27 because I was selfish. I was a smart mouth. I wanted to do what I want to do. I would have messed somebody's son up. And that's
right,
okay. But I had
right,
owned that it wasn't my time. So I think
right.
that run your race. Don't worry about anything else. Just run your race and do right by people.
That's it. She's dropping jewels, and y'all heard it right here. And that's the thing. Sometimes people just gotta listen. There's somebody that's already done it. They told you, and it's up to you to do what you can with the information. So I bring my guests on. They show you, and it is up to you guys to do what you can with
Mm-hmm.
the. That's it. I love everything that you just said, Miss Shala. Now I do want to talk about. what is your most important role in the Black community? My soldier is from Atlanta, Georgia. I buried him in Ellenwood, Georgia, because he was the first to be buried from the Iraq War at that Kennedy Memorial.
Okay.
So I buried him there, but he's from Atlanta, Georgia. You guys, so much good happens there all the time. So what do you feel like your role is in the many roles that exist in Atlanta, Georgia?
Um, I would have to say probably for me is being able to highlight people that a lot of people that got overlooked, to highlight the overlooked. Because what happens is that, and don't get me wrong, I love Atlanta and the energy of Atlanta, and what it does for us as a people. But with the good comes the bad. So a lot of times, we tend to think because it's popular, it's what's best, but it's that underdog that's the one right
That's
there.
it.
So
Yeah.
you can't
Yeah.
count. My mom says all the time, you can never count a person out. So I think that is the one to be. I'm the one that can go and say, okay, you know what, y'all not paying attention to them. So I tell you what, I'm gonna give them some attention. I'm gonna be the one that when they really get started, said this is where I started from.
Good.
And to also to be an encouragement, let them know, hey, if I found you, somebody else is going to find you.
That's right.
So I think that would be right next.
That's
Right.
good. So you're like, Kamala Harris calls herself Mamala. So how many young people do you have under you that are looking up to you, counting on you, being encouraged by you in the community?
Right. Now who is watching? I never worry about who's watching. I just treat like everybody's watching. But there are some young ladies that I do work with on my show that are wanting to get into doing the media, and then I have a niece and a nephew that I want to make sure that they know it's no limits to what you can do. Even if somebody says no, that's just not the right person. We just have to find it. So it's just a matter of to keep going. And also, I'm the oldest of five as well. So
Okay, I didn't know that.
yeah, I'm the oldest. I'm the
Oh,
oldest
big
of five.
family. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So being able to all of them, and then everybody else, is I never worry about who is watching. I know somebody is watching, but a lot of times you can almost toot your own horn a little bit when you're like, oh, this person's watching me and that person's watching me, and you get unfocused on your race.
You lose the focus. You get distracted.
You
Exactly.
lose focus, you
That
get
part.
distracted. You
That's
start listening to you, hyping
Yeah.
yourself up, and before you know it, you done told yourself you all types of wonderful.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you all types
And
of
then
wrong. You
here
all
come the
types of
world
wrong.
like, you not. And I know you
You
think,
not.
but
Which, yeah,
exactly.
you thinking you wonderful, and you all types of wrong, and
Yeah.
you know what I mean. So you can't listen to you. You listen to you in the purpose terms of encouraging yourself. Because sometimes nobody else can do it. But as far as hyping you, as far as saying, "Girl, everybody watching you, everybody looking at you," nah, don't ever do that. Because life got a funny way of saying, "Oh, somebody watching you. Well, I'm gonna sit you down and let them watch you while you get back up."
Right. And they watched your entire fall as you fell and then had to try to climb back up.
And then talk about you while you were falling. No, if I
That
fall,
part. Yeah.
this innocent mistake, it ain't gonna be because I was listening to
Yeah.
a neat moot moot and Ray.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Well, I want to say shout out to your niece and nephew and all those siblings. That's huge. That's a huge family. And so I have to say, hey, niece and nephew. I love the young
Thank you. Hey,
people. Okay, and now
hey,
we're gonna move on. This was a little personal, but share your thoughts on the pandemic, COVID-19, and how it impacted your daily activities and your creative flow. If it, just what was that experience like?
I got COVID back in July. Um, and I'll be honest, when I first I thought it was a sinus infection. And so when I first got the diagnosis, and I went in there and I went in there just straight up black girl. Hey doc, got a sinus infection. Hit me.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
I think,
it. That's it.
like
Right.
I got time for you. And she went on and also go to black people go to black doctors because she got right in there. I'm serious. She literally
Because she know you, so
I
exactly.
went in there, I was like, no. She's like,
Yeah.
she looked, exam. She said, "This doesn't look like a sinus infection." I'm like, "Man, I know my body." She said, "I understand you know that, but this is what this looks like." She said, "I really think that this may be COVID." And I'm like, "Ma'am, I don't have time for no COVID, no 1920, no Rona. I don't want no other woman in this house, okay?"
Right.
And went
There's no room.
tested. Yeah,
Right.
and came
Right.
back. And when I first heard it, I broke down because only thing I thought about, did I take this to my mother? Did I take this? And I had just had a show 5 days prior, so did I expose them to it? Um,
Right.
it was my experience with having COVID. It was the worst pain I've ever been in my life. It
Oh
was the
man.
absolute worst
Man.
pain. But I will say this is that surviving it made me more grateful. It made me more determined, that because it was like when you hear about that you lived and somebody else didn't, then by just you owe the universe to be the best you. Once you if you survive it, anybody that survived COVID and didn't change, then
That part.
you believe you had it. That's why I don't believe that dude sitting up there on Pennsylvania Avenue, that crook up there, he ain't had nothing. Wasn't nothing wrong with him. Because if it was in his
When?
body,
When you had COVID?
he ain't had no crunches. As far as the pandemic as a whole, I think with this in this country, I think it really highlighted how selfish that we can be. Um, and when I say we, I mean more on the less melanated side. Um, you know,
That part. That part. That
I've
part.
never seen people wanting to be so oppressed. Like I can show you oppression if that's what you want, but I assure you can't handle it. We, somebody's asked me to wear a mask, even if you don't want to wear it for you, wear it for the people that are around you.
Yeah.
And we can't. And now everybody's like, "Oh, it's planned, and it's this, that, and the other." At the end of the day, we may never know the truth of what this is, but what we can control is that we have done everything possible to try to protect our loved ones.
Yeah.
Even if you don't want to do it for somebody else's house, just do it for your people.
That part.
This pandemic has taken out generations of people. We face things intergenerationally that we collectively, like my mother couldn't give me wisdom on this because she's never seen it. You know what I mean?
Right.
As a
Right.
grandmother, she couldn't tell my niece and nephew because they couldn't tell her because the wisdom for this is something that we all had to learn together. So I think that it was a chance to really, for all of us to really self-examine and to look like, are we really taking care of each other like we say we do? Do we what's selfish in us? Because it's a reason that ours has been so bad in
Yes.
this country.
In
Um,
this country.
in this
Yes.
country, or
Yeah.
even when we've seen, like say, and it's typically the less melanated, that are, we run it through Target.
Privileged,
Yeah,
and feel as if there's no rules that they have to follow. Hmm.
yeah, and it's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
how selfish of you.
I,
So,
I have to stop. Excuse me for one
okay,
moment. I'm taking less melanated. I'm just borrowing it.
okay.
Just borrow it for
Trying
just
to
a
do better.
little
I'm
bit.
trying to do better.
I mean, that's good because that's better than what comes out sometimes from these. So
Yes, I'm trying to do better. Because what I don't want to do is
yeah,
become the very thing that I despise.
that and it's
That's what
like,
I don't want
how
to do.
did we get forced into this year where you feel like don't be them, don't be them. It's not gonna get us anywhere. Yeah,
And I
that.
think that's what it took as well. I think part of the purpose of the pandemic was to remind the less melanated that death don't care.
Yes,
Between the pandemic and with the George Floyd, Breonna Taylor situation, I don't think that they really understand where we as a people were. Nobody would say it, but what has truly held us back from literally tearing everything up has been our elders saying, let's try to do it peacefully. But
yes.
it got to a point where our elders were more like, I don't care, tear it up.
Y'all do what you do.
And,
We in the
and,
back seat, and y'all be careful. I got
and,
you. Got some
yeah,
food on the way when you get back. Yeah,
and when that
yeah,
happens,
yeah,
that's a
yeah.
whole different beast. When nobody is, right now, as a people, we're just asking for equality. If we start to ask for revenge, it's a whole different ball game.
They can't handle that.
That you can't handle
They
that.
can't handle that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I think
yeah,
that also played a purpose is to keep us inside so
yeah.
that we could calm down
Yes, it. That's it.
and watch things play out. And I pray this next year, it will get a chance to see with all of the African Americans that are not in leadership under this new administration. Do I think this new administration is a savior? Like a lot of people, oh, y'all believe that's a savior? No, I know exactly
Yeah.
who my savior is, and he is brown skin like me. He is not. He ain't that in that picture. Like
That they put out. Exactly.
that was Michelangelo's lover, FYI. That was not Jesus.
And just in case y'all did not know, that's what he thought his lover would look like.
But the
But
dad had to be some
I
good
love
love if
it.
he had to call him the God. Michelangelo had to be some real love if he
I
called him the
love
God.
it. But
Oh,
but you know what? Let me tell you something that you said that was so powerful, because I love to get something from my guests, right? And I believe that everything's chosen before we were even born,
mm-hmm.
and so God knew that COVID had to show up when that fool showed up on George Floyd, when that fool showed up on Ahmaud Arbery, when that fool showed up on Breonna Taylor. He knew that it was going to be COVID, because she's powerful to keep us from
Huh?
doing what we needed to do when all that went down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. I wish
that's
to
powerful.
God I had never
Yeah.
watching the George Floyd and the Ahmaud Arbery. I wish I hadn't seen it, but to see it, to actually see, because most of you've heard about people dying, but to actually watch life leave a person and he just standing there, it's like, dog, what I got for you? I don't care what happened to you.
Yeah.
Go ahead. And most recently with the hotel situation where she grabbed that baby, and so I took that so personal because
I took it personal.
no, you didn't
Yeah.
grab her son. You grabbed our son. Bring the heifer to me.
Everybody, we all over that baby.
Our child. Bring him to me. You
And
know,
lunged at him, lunged at the child. Girl, you will not survive that. You chose the right one.
yeah.
You
At the wrong time. Don't take her to court. Bring it to me. Like bring it.
Benjamin Crump, I'll be there after this, because you're gonna need both of us. You're gonna have to take care of me and her.
Uh-huh.
So
It's like having PTSD. It is as a culture. It's like having PTSD. Like
yeah, yeah.
you touch my child? No, it's
No,
not.
that ain't happening.
Yeah,
That ain't
it's not.
happening.
I just can't do
Yeah,
it. So
yeah.
Corona had to get some
Show
time.
up in the right year.
Yeah, it did
Yeah.
because I'll
Wow.
be honest, I was there. I was like, you know what? They really had no use on Earth.
Yeah.
They can't survive this. Like, and when you start to think like that, when you have to start to remind yourself of people that are less melanated than you have to go down and listen. Like, okay, she's okay. I know her. She's okay. Then that gets into dangerous territories, and like that will
Exactly.
become the very thing that I despise because I was almost there. I was almost there.
That's right. Well, yeah, yeah. I haven't stepped all the way out of my Malcolm X shoes quite yet, but I'm learning from Miss Shala. I'm learning.
I'm walking with them. I'm not stepping out of them. Don't like I said before we try. Karen, Ken, don't
I can't. I'm not
don't try.
responsible for what happens if you
No, don't.
decide to try me. Like, I'm not gonna run.
But
I
if
will
the
call the
ancestors tell me
sheriff
to whoop
for
your ass,
you.
the ancestors tell me to whoop your ass. I got to do what I got to do.
I gotta do what I gotta do,
So just
because
know,
that is an attack on my life. That is an attack. That is taking away a major part of my children and my grandchildren's life. You're coming all the way for a lot more than just me because you don't like my skin color. So that's a battle.
and
That's a battle.
I'm not responsible for it. You wish you were this dope to be born all this.
Yeah,
You wish you
yeah,
were this dope. That's not. Yo, that you wasn't chosen. I don't know what you
yeah,
mean to tell you. So like I said,
yeah.
I walk with my Malcolm X shoes. I walk with,
I
my
love it. But because I unapologetically, we didn't ask for this. We didn't ask for this. So I
ever
feel
so blessed to
everything
have
that
it.
you're saying. I
Ever so
feel
blessed to
everything
have
that you're saying. And now I'm gonna go now. I'm sorry about looking down again, you guys. I'm working on the things that I need to make sure I don't look down. Let's hear your thoughts on we've already heard it. Black Lives Matter, the pain facing the black community. What do you think needs to change in our community to get ready for what this has unbirthed? George Floyd's daughter said it best, Daddy changed the world. So what do we need to do in our community to really, really make sure the change happens for our grandchildren, your niece, your nephew, you know.
I am a little. I have a more of an unpopular opinion with this because, for one thing, I think we need to eliminate the whole thought process of don't do black on black crime. We're the only ones that use that term. You kill from familiarity. So I think we need to do away with that. But I do believe that we need to collectively
Yes.
hold the ones in power, because I use this. If I have cancer and a heart problem,
Right.
and the treatment that I need for this cancer is going to damage my heart, then we have to make sure the heart is repaired first before we can treat the cancer.
That part.
So I need to be able to know that if I call a police officer, or if I call, or if it's a politician, that I can trust them to do the right thing, do what they're supposed to do. If I have to call on you, because then my community, I have to hold them accountable. Because if not, the way it is right now, we need to go back to the way it was when you mess with somebody in the family, we just put you out back and skin and tar and fab you. That's you know what I mean? So I think right now what we need to do is make sure and be realistic in it. And like I see everybody saying with Joe Biden, do this and do that. The man hadn't got inaugurated yet, y'all. If it took 400 years of foolishness for us to get here, he's not the savior. He's a catalyst in it.
Yeah, that's it.
He's a catalyst in it, but he's not the savior. So I do believe we need to educate ourselves and make sure we're holding them. Fix that, because you're always gonna have an off cousin. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
it's You know, it's amazing.
Yeah, it's supposed to be. Yeah.
You know, so we're always gonna have an off cousin. We're always gonna have an off cousin.
Yeah.
But I still should be able to feel okay if my sister's in a home getting raped and beat, that I can call the police and they're not going to attack me because I'm black.
Show up and do the wrong thing. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. That needs to be fixed.
Yeah.
In my opinion, that needs to be fixed. Because we always gonna have that. Cain killed Abel. It's a reason for that. So
it's a reason. And it happens just because the media wants to highlight what happens in our community. I'm here to tell y'all, because I'm the 5.3% of African Americans in Colorado. So I'm here to let you know that the police hit these streets just as much in these domestic incidents here that do not make the news, like Chicago and Atlanta. Maybe they hit these streets in Colorado every day the same. The same.
The same way, the exact same way. And that's what needs to change, is that narrative. And understand that there's just some things, no matter what we do, the less melanated they're not gonna understand, they're not gonna do it. You're just not. And being okay with our blackness, being okay with that. So that's what I think really needs to.
I would want to see more unity. I want to see more unity, and I like what you said about working together and collaborating, and I want to see a lot of that in 2021. Yeah, definitely that. And I like what you were saying about he's not the savior. So I kind of know where you're going. The 2020 election win thoughts. Tell us. You know, I like what you were saying earlier as well.
Listen, baby, I didn't care who won that. It could have been a Smurf running, but that thing sitting up there now.
He got to go.
He got to go. He got to go.
Yeah.
Because and because of what he empowered.
Right.
And you can't. Let me just go ahead. You can't make middle class and poor white people understand that. You can't make them understand. He don't care about you. He plays on your.
They're gonna find out real soon.
On your scare, on your fear.
Yeah.
That's what he plays on, and making you think you're real powerful. Right. But the problem is, ain't nobody scared of you now. So y'all want to nuck and buck. He got security. You don't own.
That's it.
You can. So my whole goal was, before I ran into a Karen, was to get him up out of here. And I love the fact, say what you want to say. I know everybody, when it comes to Vice President-elect Kamala, and especially in Atlanta. So it's just a pride thing for me. It's a sister thing for me. My mayor's name is Keisha.
That's it. His
name is Kamala.
That's it.
So to me, that's what needed to happen.
It. And that's beautiful, and I love that.
I love it.
Bottoms, shout out to Mayor Bottoms, because she said my mayor name is Keisha and my VP name is Kamala Harris. That's it.
I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. It's a hard one, but I'm with you on that, and I want to see more of that. Our little girls need to see that.
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna move into 2024. She will run this nation, so we need our little girls to see that. And I'm making her president in 2024.
To white America, let me tell y'all right now.
Hello.
We've been saving you
Yeah,
ever since the start of this country.
that part.
You're welcome. And if you don't
You're
like it,
welcome.
we'll tell you like the elders tell us, you'll understand it better by and by.
They're gonna see and just probably. Do I have to give it 100 days?
Yeah,
Sure,
I mean, they can go back to Czechoslovakia if they want to.
because they're about to find out.
Istanbul, not Istanbul. No, you can go back to Russia. Yeah, y'all can go back
Where
across
did
the
they
border.
come from? There was a girl that was challenging them. A white
Destiny,
girl
stuff
was
like
challenging
that.
them on TikTok. Where'd you come from? She challenged her own people on TikTok and said, where y'all think we even came from? Y'all don't have the answer to that yet.
Poland. I mean, I can't answer that. That'll get me,
Oh, I'm cutting up on here with Miss Charlotte today.
that'll get me in all
So
types of trouble.
I love the good trouble. We have to make it because it's that thing right there that they remember and they see. You could try some of us, Karen, but all of us are
Please
not
don't.
made the same.
Yeah, and I had to get her. They had to get him out of office before I ran into
Yeah,
him. Thank God I have not run into a Karen. So but he had to get out of there
yeah, yeah,
before I ran into one because
yeah.
I don't want to be a hashtag.
That's it.
But
That's
it's
it.
mine's gonna be a little bit different. It'll be whoop that ass.
It's from only one Charlotte to had to whoop that. Oh my God. Okay, so what should we? No, 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 no. What was your most adventurous trip? We're not done yet. What was your most adventurous trip or activity in your lifespan?
Oh, what have I? I have. Ooh, my travel's been a little low. I would have to say went to Cancun, a group of friends. I got
Oh, I
yeah.
want to go.
You know it had I haven't I did more working than I did traveling. But you know what? I take that back. I take that back. Last year, and I know everybody's not gonna be like, oh, she didn't do no trip, but me and two of my friends, we took a road trip down to Jacksonville, Florida, and we did nothing, and it was the best trip
I
ever.
want to see that. I want to see Florida. Florida. I've seen Miami for a little bit for 2 days, but I want to see Florida. Yeah,
We didn't do anything. We went to the beach. We went to the
yeah,
package store and to the beach, and we
yeah.
ate and we drank and we got in the water. We were on the beach for about
Relax.
8 hours, and
Yeah.
it was the best trip. It was good company. It was fun. It was no drama. So I'll have to say that has been the best trip so far. But
That's
just wait, talk to me again at the end of this time next year. I'm gonna have some more.
yeah.
But I'm gonna go.
Okay, you already did. A bucket list is to see Florida more. Bucket list is to try Cancun at least once in this lifetime. So those
Mhm.
are adventures to me.
Yeah,
I
yes,
like it.
yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna go.
love it.
I'm gonna
I love it. Okay, and then what? Let's go on to without giving. You could give secrets away. Now I'm gonna tell people all the time. You could give your secrets away because what God has for you is for you.
go.
Often imitated, but never duplicated. But what should we? What should we expect in 2021 from Miss Shala?
Um, 2021, like I said, it's going to be more of the events. The difference is now is that after like I said, after having COVID, you understand your purpose way more. Well, not that you understand, you appreciate it. You
There you go.
understand that it is something you didn't have to get. I didn't have to receive this vision of being able to do this.
That
So you're going to see a lot more of that with me. Like I said, it would be a Sante Spirit and Wine Festival with Wine Love Glam with the
I'm coming.
yeah,
I need my ticket.
yes, yes.
I have to come.
And we're working on Hustle TV,
Yeah,
all of that.
yeah,
I'm really just putting back into
yeah.
my brand as though I never have before, and just doing a little love on my business. That's going to be the biggest thing. I intend to be everywhere, so many things on every station I can be. Um, it's a few people on my bucket list that I want that I'm going to interview. There's no reason. I just feel as though just throughout life, I won't even limit my survival to just COVID, but I've been through, survived head-on crash. I've survived being raped, and I've survived Corona. I have purpose, and so I'm going after everything. I'm gonna pray for it, but I'm gonna get up and I'm going after it.
That's
Everything I want.
You're gonna get it too. You're gonna get it too. So
Thank you.
I want a cash app. Like I told Ruff, I just have coins, but I want to send you some cash app. So tell us how to cash app you and help you with the things that you're doing, because
Ooh,
we know that our dollars are going to a really good place. So tell us how to cash app you.
cash, you can cash at me. I like cash. I had I known I put on my big earrings. Cash. But no, my fashion is Miss Shala. It's literally just it's MSSHALA. Of course, you know, with
Love
the
it. Love it.
symbol in front of it. But yeah,
Okay.
anything like that, like I said, I
Okay.
definitely it does go into my business. I'm appreciative of everything. Just the opportunity to be able, just thank you for having me today. I'm a little nervous because I'm used to being on the opposite end.
I know. I love it. You're in the hot
Yeah,
seat today.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
but I'm appreciative
Okay.
of anything. And it, like I said,
Yeah.
even if it's just a nothing but a positive, where I appreciate it all,
Yeah.
big and little.
Y'all, you guys drop some money in there because she's doing big things, and it
Thank
takes
you.
a lot to do these things, and we want to build her up. We want to be that backbone and that support because they haven't seen it yet. They're gonna see for the next 4 years what we do when we stand behind each other.
Yes,
So
yes,
they're not ready. They're not
yes,
ready.
yes, yes. They're ready. They just don't.
That's it.
They're ready.
And how now? Let's talk social media. How
Okay.
can the viewers connect with you on all your social media platforms? What do you prefer on your platforms with communicating back and forth?
Um, if you reach out to me, I'm going to respond. If I don't respond, just know I just didn't see it. However, on all social media, it's at only one Shala. That's only the number one Shala. SHALA. Of course, with the radio show, it's at Epiphany Suite, and I keep it simple, keep it all these name changes.
Yeah,
With
yeah, yeah. She
with
said, "Slow
the,
down with the name changes."
yeah, with
Yeah,
the wine
yeah,
festival, it's Asante, which means strength, because again, it's not easy to go after your dream. Asante Wine and Spirit Festival on all social media platforms, and Wine Love Glam is the same on all social media platforms. If you ever have questions that you want people to hear about with Wine Love Glam, we've had everyone from Derek Jackson uh,
I love
to
that.
to local
Yeah,
actor Daryl Chambers. We
yeah.
had walks of, I've interviewed, so when it comes to men, I've interviewed from all walks of life.
Yeah,
I
and
know.
I wanted to ask you about another one. I wanted to ask you about Bow Wow, and I want to ask you about Derek Jackson. As people, did you enjoy them?
I did. Bow Wow is super intelligent, super intelligent. I think with where the with Bow Wow, a lot of people, they forget that that's a grown man now. Only because we
Right.
grew up, what I'm saying? He grew up with us. We didn't grow up with him. So when we got him, we got little Bow Wow, but now this is a
Yeah.
grown man.
Yeah.
And so we didn't want him to make, so when he would make normal dumb mistakes that we made at that age,
Yeah. Yeah.
it was put on a bigger platform. But he
Yeah.
was a real good interview. Um, real he's short. He's short. Uh, but
She said, "Well, he is short."
yeah. And then with Derek Jackson, super down. Derek just was really down to earth.
Yeah.
Um, and he's when with talking with him, he's not afraid to ask you the question to make you think.
Right.
And a lot of people automatically thought I agree with everything that he said, which most time people say I side with I always side with the dudes. It's not that, that's just how my mind works. But
That's
he
good.
was a good interview
That's good.
as well. So I've
That's
like,
good.
I've had some great interviews. I've only had really one bad interview, just one bad, and
Okay.
I would do. I think at first I was like, I ain't gonna never interview that heifer again, but I do it again. I
You will do it again. You
I
said, "Let me see your growth."
let me see if I can handle you again. Yeah, but other than that, no.
Exactly.
No,
Yeah.
Bow Wow was say
That's good.
great
Yeah.
business sense. And to be honest, Derek is too. Derek Jackson, that's some marketing beast. He is
That's yeah. I would say it like that. A marketing beast,
marketing beast.
tremendously showed up on the scene the
Mm-hmm.
first time singing, and I was ready. He was no. I don't really want to give his name a name on our platform, but you know that one dude we don't like on YouTube. He was not that.
Chad, you mean Mr. Steal Your Man?
I just do not like him. But when I first saw Derek Jackson, I saw a couple of people not like him, and I'm like, why not? Keeping it tree I ill. Like I'm like, what do you guys not like about him? Yeah.
No, he can't
That's
please
what I'm
everybody.
saying.
He can't. I think the difference is with him between Derek Jackson and Mr. Steal Your Man.
She
Is
gonna give
the
him a
intent.
name.
Yeah, it's the intent. Mr. Steal Your Man is not for
Yeah.
helping
Not
women
for
and
us.
men. Yeah, he's not for helping women understand how
At
men
all.
think for the betterment of our families. He's
At
not.
all.
He
Yeah.
is. I'm gonna point out everything wrong with you, and so that your man can turn to me and we talk and build a relationship, and then got him. No,
Yeah.
you know
Yeah,
how.
that particular YouTuber, I'm just going to call him a YouTuber. He thinks he's more than that. He is no Derek Jackson. He is no comparison to Derek Jackson. Derek Jackson has a respect for women. He has a respect for
Yeah.
people. And I don't even know him. You met him, but
Mhm.
it's different. This guy that y'all were watching on YouTube and agreeing with the disrespect of women that he puts out, F. Kevin Samuels. And that's the
Don't
only
you
time we're going to
fake?
say his name.
That's why I can't make it
F
when
him.
it's fake. And if y'all don't think it's fake, think about the black women in your life. How many of them would sit there and let him talk to them like that?
Come on.
With bad Batman lighting,
Come
with
on.
pictures everywhere to something. No,
It's scripted.
completely.
Completely.
Yes.
All right. We mean no disrespect to you as a human. I'll do a little disclaimer, but you just need some work. Like, you need to pull back and you need to just do it different. I don't want no one teaching men how to talk bad to women. I don't ever encourage that. I don't ever stand behind it. Unapologetically, I don't like what you do.
Like I say, it's the intent for me. It's definitely the intent, and
Bad.
I'm just as
Yeah.
harsh as the I'm. I say it's hard, but I am straightforward. I'm a
Yeah.
straight sharpshooter. Anybody's been to Wine Love Glam, no, I'm straight with it.
Yeah.
But the intent is good, and there's always a way to say something. You don't have to tear down anybody to get your point across. That's some old coward foolishness. And
And it's gone viral. I went under to make one comment against him. Tried it one day, Miss Shala. Just decided I'm gonna just tell him that I disagree. And his followers came for me hard, you guys. Like, it would take pages to screenshot what they did to me. And I'm like,
I
he's
wish they
created
would.
monsters.
I wish they would. I'm gonna tell y'all ain't gotta defend y'all love. Be out with it.
I'm
We are
like,
one love. We are equal opportunists. Y'all ain't got to defend that. But
I just didn't
I'm not
understand it.
doing
And I was like, but it was women also. I didn't understand it. I said, oh, they serious. Yo,
Yeah.
please don't be
Yeah,
out.
yeah. Like the whole thing is just a setup because, and even if I do call myself in, and I take pride in the fact that a lot of my guy friends, all my guy friends are straight up kings, and I am spoiled rotten from friendship. So understand when you date me, but just from them being friends, if they are down, I don't, I don't open the door. I don't really have to even pump gas if they're around. And they do. Do I call them just for the purpose of that? Am I gonna wait around for them to pick up the trash? No.
No.
But when they
I
are
gotta
present, it's handled. So therefore, I know too many good black men that will be honest with you and with good intentions that want to date women that could answer that. So I just don't see that. If y'all want to
I
listen,
don't see that, and like you're saying, the good men, you don't have to. They don't have to sit and point out and bash women up and down the street while doing
no.
what gentlemen, kind, nice things. Like, it's not. I don't. He puts up a persona that I'm just not for.
Because it's Mr. Steal Your Man. Nobody wants to say it. I'm calling it. That's Mr. Steal Your Man.
That's the nickname. That's the nickname. It's not going away.
I
You
would really listen to him.
from the less melanated are really the only ones that's going to give you a flower. She gave us so many names today. I love it. I love it, Miss Shala. I thank you for coming on the platform. Hey, RC, Ryan Coleman, athlete, former WNBA, came in to take a listen. I love it. I love it. Thank you for coming by, Ryan. And Honey Reborn said, people walk around and call him Honey, but it's Brent Reborn. So I call him Honey, but it's Brent. He said, we're watching. And I love the interview. I love that you gave us the time. I am coming to your Cash App because I believe in where you're going and all that you're doing. And it's huge. This is your season. It always was your season, but it's increasing. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Last
That's it. That was she, my girl. I love you, Miss Shala, and thank you so much for giving me a chance and giving me the opportunity to talk to you here on the platform.
Anytime you need me, let me know. Anytime.
I sure will.
I'm happy.
Thank you.
Thank you, baby.
Tell the family Happy New Year's and give the kids some hugs for me. Okay.
I will. Same to you and yours.
Thank you.
I'm glad you're back on the air. You needed to be.
Thank you.
It needs to be.
And
Yes,
you know who I feel is smiling down on us, and we can't even do this because that's how we connected without saying it. But rest in peace, Javis George, and he's looking down like,
yes.
I waited for this moment.
Yes,
Rest
yes,
in peace.
yes.
Yeah.
That is. I forgot that was our connection.
Yeah.
It was him. Yes,
It's Javis. Yeah.
yes. Way too soon, too fast.
Too
Like
soon,
yeah,
too fast.
that was a rough experience for me.
Sending all our love to Yolanda George out there in Jersey. Yeah.
And
That was our connection.
here. His other sister, she's here.
Yeah. She's in Atlanta?
Tyrinda is.
Oh, Tyrinda's in it. Oh, in Atlanta. I didn't know that.
She is.
I would love an opportunity to meet her as well.
I'll connect y'all. No worries.
Okay, yeah.
That's
Unforgettable memory, unforgettable human being. Never will be another one like him. Yeah.
Yes. That's the reason why I'm on radio right now.
Exactly. He inspired me. He was like, you're gonna just do this, and I believe in you, and you're gonna go here. And I'm like, Javis, what? I'm raising children, you know. And he always. Anytime I thought I can't do this anymore, then he had another encouraging word about what. Yes, you are. Here's why.
He did. Yeah. He was the reason why, because I had just had a wreck and had a head-on collision, totaled my car. Yeah. To this day, I can't tell you what I hit. I don't know what I hit. He said, "You want me to tell you what you hit? You hit God." He said, "Because you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing in life."
That's him.
Said, oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's Javis.
I'm gonna go over here. Yeah. So that's. I miss my boy.
I mean, he connected us for a reason. Who knew that God was going to use him in that way?
Yes.
But I'm thankful. Forever thankful, sis. Thank you so much. I'm going to get on that Cash App before I go get on that. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to go to Drizzly, and I'm going to do an order. And you tell me who I should black-owned order from on Drizzly. Who do you suggest I should get some wine from today?
From Wine McBride Sisters is super dope.
Okay.
Who else? Flow wines. Flow wines are amazing.
Okay.
If you need something a little harder, it's Island John vodka, which is super tasty, super strong.
Okay.
Green Uncle Nearest whiskey, Greenwood whiskey. You know, just because I know if you have some wine. We need Mr. Reborn.
I had a moment today. These earrings had nothing to do with Miss Shala because she knows that my life matters. But I had a moment today in Colorado where, where that whiskey at? What's the whiskey name again?
Uncle Nearest.
Okay.
Yeah, Uncle Nearest.
Okay.
Uncle Nearest and Greenwood whiskey. If you follow the Asante page, like we always posting somebody that is new.
Yeah, sure.
Snoop Dogg just came out with the wine. D Wade has wine.
What?
Yes. Yeah. Love Crew is black owned.
Okay.
So all of those, and they're all good quality. McBride would be my favorite, only because I love the story behind them. They were two sisters, same father, never met each other. When they did meet each other, had no money or anything like that. But they created. You see the black girl McBride says the black girl magic Riesling and everything.
Yeah.
That's them. So
I love it.
Those. Yeah.
I didn't know so many of us were in, and that's why I bring you guys on to, for the learning lessons and to share. So that's my order today. So that's what I'll do. One of those today. Thank you. I appreciate you for all your time. And when this is over and I come to the gravesite to see my husband, I will make sure that I'm going to let you know so we can have some dinner.
If not, since y'all got edibles and it's still all the way legal out there, I'll come out there to you.
And I said that when you guys, when this is over, y'all all coming. Hey, Rick Lockhart, Santina, you guys are all coming. We'll probably go over there and check out Ray and go up down to Colorado Springs a little bit and come back. And let's do that. Let's do that. Yeah. Thank you, Miss Shala. I appreciate you.
All right, baby.
We appreciate you guys for tuning in, and please share again. Tell your friend to tell another friend to share. It's a year of unity. We got this. We can do it, and we have leadership right in front of us showing us how to make it happen. So we appreciate you guys.
Bye.